What's up, everybody, and welcome to Picking Up the Crap, the March 2013 edition. This series covers the North American NPD video game market for hardware and software sales. I'm your host, the one, the only, Jodecideion, joined by my partner in crime, the Shooter.
Hey, what's going on, folks?
Here are your top 10 selling games for the NPD Group's U.S. game industry sales, March 2013. As usual, the exact numbers for each game is not presented, but I will give you what I know. The best-selling game for March was BioShock Infinite on 3 platforms, selling 878,000 copies. Everything else will be below that number. Coming in at number 2, Tomb Raider 2013 on 2 consoles. Number 3, Xbox 360 exclusive Gears of War Judgment. Number 4, PS3 exclusive God of War Ascension. Number 5, Call of Duty Black Ops 2 on 4 platforms. Number 6, a 3DS exclusive Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, selling 365,000 copies at retail. The remaining top 10 sold below 365,000 copies at retail. At number 7, MLB 13 The Show on 2 platforms. At number 8, NBA 2K13 on 6 platforms. Number 9, The Walking Dead Survival Instinct on 3 platforms. At number 10, Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 3 on 2 platforms. There are no solid numbers for the hardware, but we do know that the Xbox 360 was the best-selling console again, selling 261,000 systems in the month of March. It is rumored that a 3DS sold close to that, and also, according to inside information, it has been stated that the Nintendo Wii U sold 67,000 systems in March. Also, the Wii U was outsold by the Nintendo Wii. It's now time for the Going Public segment. This is part of the show where we look at either current events in the video game industry, or we go a little bit deeper into the actual NPD numbers. For this episode, we're going to do actually that. Look at some of the numbers of this month's March NPD, especially on the software side of things. Before we go to the main topic of this segment, I want to cover some of the major releases of March. In particular, the exclusive titles for Sony and Microsoft, their first-party titles, Gears of War Judgment and Gods of War Ascension. Both games failed to sell above 600,000 copies at retail. Compare this to the previous games in the series. It's definitely lacking. It's below greatly. And I know a lot of people want to say that, well, people are tired of playing these games on these current consoles. Well, Gods of War 2. Yeah, as we know, how the hell can both names be something of war? Come on, people. But God of War 2 for PS2 came out in the last years of the PS2, and it still outsold this Gods of War Ascension. I'm gonna get it right one of these days, y'all. This Gods and Gears drive me crazy. So it can't be the idea that people want new consoles to play the games on. People bought God of War 2 on PS2 when the PS3 was about to come out or out. So don't give me that excuse. Either way, the games sold below 600,000. The only game to sell which I would say a reasonable, a AAA content, a AAA type game, normal, is BioShock Infinite, which, according to reports on NeoGAF, sold somewhere around 875,000 copies, and so on 2 platforms. So that's real good. That's what I expect for a AAA title that comes out. Get all your sales at the very beginning, and then kind of die off. But that's a good number. At this rate, the next NPD, it'll hit 1 million in the United States on both systems pretty easily. Where Gears and God, they got at least 3 months at the current rate they're going at. This goes into just the idea that we've been saying for the past months on this series. People are not buying games, and I just don't believe that new consoles are going to change this. People are not buying games because people are not feeling these games. It's something about these games people are really not interested in. And so I don't see how making them flashier and prettier and shinier is all going to make you buy a game
that that's going to play exactly the same as before. But that's a whole other subject. The main topic of this going public segment, I want to focus on the Wii U. As I said last episode, we really going to focus on the Wii U in this part because the Wii U had 3, you can say, somewhat major titles released for the console in March. And so we figured with the release of those games, it would definitely cause an increase in Wii U sales. And I'm here to tell you that didn't happen. According to inside sources, the Wii U for this month maybe sold 2,000 systems more than what the Wii U sold in February. The Wii U was outsold by the Wii, which at this point makes no sense because the Wii hasn't had a brand new game in like 6 months. So why people still buying Wiis instead of being cheap? I don't know. But before I go to what I think, I'm gonna let the shooter break it down, his opinion on the situation. Shooter, what do you think? What's up?
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was actually a little disappointed to see it like that. But I mean, while I didn't expect a tremendous increase, I definitely expected at least to chart the Monster Hunter and everything, because it was, there was reports that even in Europe it was doing pretty decent. But I don't know. But yes, it is puzzling that people are still looking towards the Wii. They're not looking in the direction of the Wii U. They're not looking towards basically upgrading consoles. And I'm not trying to say it's the same console. I'm just saying as far as the fact it's by the same company, but also the fact that it just, again, it's it's just like I said, it's a situation where the direction, they're not looking in the right direction. I mean, what I'm sure Nintendo wants them to do. So yeah, we could only hope again for another. Again, we just have to continue to wait. Possibly if some more games will come around that can that could change momentum, especially for the Wii U. And I do agree that a lot of these games, made specifically on the other consoles, and I'm not trying to sound biased, but it's just the fact that they're really just upgraded visually of the last game. No change in the gameplay, nothing new to offer. So again, like I said, we'll just definitely have to see in the next couple of months or so.
Right. Well, first, let me say this. The sales, according to inside information, the sales for Lego City Undercover for the Wii U, an exclusive title, was above supposedly 100,000. And the combined sales for Monster Hunter Ultimate on the Wii U and the 3DS was around 130-something thousand copies. So it sold more on the 3DS than it did the Wii U. Now, in 2010, when Monster Hunter Tri debuted for the Wii, in its first month on the NPD, it sold around 137,000. So the sales of Ultimate and Tri are pretty much the same. It's on par, even though you can consider there's two systems, there's two platforms to sell to instead of one. But also remember this: the Wii at that time in 2010 had a huge user base in the United States, and so the current user base of the Wii U, to get what they did, is pretty extraordinary. If you're a Monster Hunter fan, feel good about it. At the same time, Monster Hunter is a niche title. Not everybody bought it. I know this. I have friends who own Wii U's. I can see who's playing what. Most people I'm cool with didn't buy the game. So it's not for everybody. The same for Lego City Undercover. While Lego games usually sell well, they sell well because they're selling you some other universe. Batman, Lord of the Rings, something. This game is just Legos. Yeah, they're trying to sell you're playing some fictional cop, whatever, and that kind of stuff, but it's basically just Legos. It's been a long time since I was a kid where I just bought plain Legos and created my own stuff. Nowadays, people have no imagination, so they want to have a Lego set of something. Give them something that they can work with, and then they'll get into it. And so the potential for this game, while I bought it myself, I haven't played it. I've heard it's a great game. It's bringing a lot of new stuff to the table. It's still basically you're giving somebody something and asking them to use their imagination. Where in the past they've had pre-installed concepts and ideas. That like I said, I expect the Wii U version of the Marvel Lego game to sell real well because it's Marvel, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Wolverine, that kind of stuff. So the sell to these games, while the fanboys, the trolls, they're gonna say, "Look at this, third-party games are not selling." They're actually in line to what they should be doing for what they are. Still, the main issue with the Wii U is not advertising, it's not price, it's not any of that stuff. The Wii U needs some games, and it needs the games to get people excited. Nintendo Land wasn't it. Pikmin 3, when it comes out, won't be it. Game & Wario will not be it. The Wii U needs the Mario Kart. It needs the 3D Mario. It needs those titles to really finally, open the doors for it. Because as of right now, the games that are on the Wii U, either Nintendo made or third party, they're just not speaking to anybody. And I think that's why people rather play their Wiis, because on the Wii, you got, Xenoblades and Skyward Swords and Last Stories and Pandora's Towers and Galaxies and all that kind of stuff. On the Wii, you ain't got nothing. You have nothing to that level at all currently. So that's the situation we have with the Wii U right now. It's gonna flounder. It's gonna do bad. It's gonna be the laughingstock of the gaming industry next to the Vita. I gotta throw that in there because they're in the same boat. But with the Wii U, it can be salvaged. It can, be resurrected. Nintendo just need the games, and hopefully with E3, they show the games that we need, and they show that they're going to be coming out this year and soon. So, for Picking Up the Crap, the March edition, I'm your boy, the one, the only Jodecideion.
And this is the Shooter. Thanks for listening, guys.
We'll see you next time. Take care.